Thank you for tuning in to Vibe with the Vice Tribe. I have a guest with me today, SIXXCESS.
Yes,
Yes,
what it do?
Is in the building.
Yes, sir. I'm in the building.
How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm turned up. I'm excited, actually.
That's what's up. I'm glad you're here.
Yes.
We're gonna have a good old time today.
Yes, indeed.
We're gonna talk about his music career, his new album that's out, A Fool Getting Rich.
Yes.
It's definitely a must listen. If you haven't listened to it yet, definitely check it out. You're streaming on all platforms. We are going to play a few songs off the album today. We're gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna get into some vices as well. We're gonna talk about, some paraphernalia, some weed. We're gonna talk about
I love that.
his performances, and we also gonna talk about probably getting a little his family and his kids, a little personal side. But how did you get started in music?
I honestly accidental.
Right? Accidental? How accidental? How does that work?
Literally, I'm a security officer, and I'm supposed to be securing these 4-star, 5-star generals, on a military base. And one day, my partner, he is literally keeps calling off, so they put me in my own little shack one day, and I had these notepads, right? So I just started writing in them, and I was writing in them, and then
like journaling, kind of, sort of, or
just jotting down stuff that I was just bored watching these generals' houses that's never going to move, obviously, right?
Okay.
And in comes my commanding officer, boom, what are you doing? I'm writing. And he's actually, at the time, which I didn't know, he's a recording artist.
Okay.
That's working on a new mixtape for Warner Brothers.
Okay.
So he asks me, he takes my book, he asks me to see it, see what I was writing. He said, this is kind of dope, can I use it? The next day he comes back through, and now he's playing my music.
Wow.
Literally what happened in that moment was another one of my coworkers said, if this is your song and you really wrote this, I want to start managing you. And the next day I was in the studio.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what year was that?
This was 2006.
2006, okay.
Yeah.
And how were you at that time?
I was 23.
Okay, 23. So 23. You was fairly young.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know a damn thing, you know what I'm saying, about a song structure, nothing. You feel me?
But I'm sure you heard music, and you might have had an idea.
Honestly, I didn't listen to music.
Okay.
Right? So when I was growing up, my mom had us singing in church groups, church choir, or whatnot.
Okay.
And then after a while, we became this Trowell Ford. That was our little church group. All her kids was just going around singing at churches and stuff. So really, only music that we got to listen to is whatever we were performing that weekend. It was drill.
Okay.
Right? So naturally, when I turned 14,
okay,
I started playing sports.
Okay.
And she's like, church rehearsal, and I got football practice.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I stayed away from
always busy.
Yeah, I stayed away from anything to not sing at church.
Okay. But it's a lot of people, a lot of musicians have gotten a start in church.
Yes.
So it seems to be a common thing. That's what's up.
It's crazy because that's where you really know if you love it. I think early, that's where you get your first performances in church or school. You know what I'm saying?
True.
If you don't pass those tests, that's where you start, saying if you could dunk.
Right. Because they're going to let you know if you got it in your soul or not, in the spirit.
Yes, they will.
Okay.
Yes, they will. I ain't going to hold you. Before I started rapping, I wanted to sing more than anything.
Okay.
And growing up in church, obviously, you get this discernment that you can sing and hold a note, right?
Right.
But what I didn't realize is my mother was catering this music towards what was good for my voice.
Okay.
So it was always winning, right? When you perform in church, you're always winning.
Okay.
But then when you get 18, 19, and then you start hanging around, going to school dances and stuff, and everyone is singing, and you don't know none of the words. So the first time or song I ever heard really was a Drew Hill "I'll Be the One" song.
Okay.
And my whole school's "I'll be the one," and I'm like, what the hell are these kids? What is this? Why is everybody knowing the words except me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I literally,
what's going on here?
left out. I was left out, and I hate that. So I literally went home and bought that CD, and that was the first. So when I heard that, I was like, I want to be a singer.
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. So you are also a host here and a personality at Under Cluster Music radio.
Yes.
So how long have you been doing that?
Well, I've been doing on here now, what, like 2-3 months now?
Okay, so you knew, okay, I didn't know you was that new.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like, and I've been doing radio for maybe like a year.
Okay,
maybe,
okay.
Let me not say that, because COVID made it seem like time stopped, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
really
yeah.
like 2018
Okay.
is when I started doing on-air personality.
Okay.
It started with like a little 15-minute segment.
Okay.
You know, and
It just.
I bombed my first day, right? Because
Yeah.
I just kept talking for 15 minutes. Rambling.
Okay. I think everybody bombs. It's like you have to practice. It's like music. You have to practice it. It's a craft. Like,
Yeah.
You have to get better.
You know, like I went on, I was like, I'm gonna tell all these jokes. I want to talk about all this and that. You know, but when you get on, you just like,
Right. You get a little nervous. I feel
Yeah,
like.
yeah,
So it comes with time. So was that? So when you getting into radio, was that because you were doing music or what?
solely because I was doing music, right?
Okay.
And like the ironic part is, I've always like kind of been the center of attention.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
And in high school, I took audio productions. You know what I'm saying? So we did the radio, we did the TV for the school,
Yeah.
and I used to always get mad because I never got to be the anchor.
Okay.
I knew why I wasn't the anchor. We were one of badass kids. They can't trust you. You know. You supposed to get the news, but you at home suspended. You know.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I always was the tech guy behind the scenes, like editing the footage and doing all that crazy stuff,
Okay.
working on the board. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
I was like, all right, I
But
always.
those people are
wanted to do
important,
that.
though. Those people are important.
You know what? They are important.
And
All the button pushes are very important, especially in our industry. Yes.
Exactly, and I'm sure you got a better appreciation for that now that you are an artist and you're like you are on the other
Yes.
side. So it's like if you do got to step on the other side, you already know what to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
It's like fair. It's like, all right, it's a little. Now, when people say you don't know, I'm like, no, I do. I
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
Unfortunately, I think God made me do every single job that you could possibly do known to man
Yeah.
before He gave me my dreams of like, all right, here's what you can do.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I've done every job. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So your album, A Fool, Getting Rich.
Yes.
Dropped on September 20th.
Yes.
So let's talk about that. So what is your style of music? Because I like, without listening to the album, I thought it was a rap album.
Yes.
I think it's a rap album, but
Yeah.
it's kind of classified as pop.
Yes.
So how do you classify
So like
your
me,
music?
I'm a pop artist.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not a rapper traditionally. I'm not a hip hop artist traditionally. I rap.
Yeah.
I sing. You know what I'm saying? I'm real melodic. But for me, when I did this A Fool Getting Rich, I didn't want to be in that box as a rapper.
Okay.
Plus, coming up, you know what I'm saying? Like this is my 4th album. So every album before that was me trying to prove I can rap.
Okay.
You know, like to get like I can rap, guys. Like look at me. And I think this album was the first time I'm like, nah, I don't have to just rap.
Okay. You definitely got some songs on there like that. So there's 16 tracks on the album.
Yes.
So how long did it take you to complete?
It took me about a month.
Okay, that's not long at all.
Yeah,
okay.
no, it took me about a month to complete. Like
Okay.
I literally, when I started working on the album, I literally went in because I had dropped I dropped SIXXCESS on June 6th.
Okay.
And immediately after that album dropped, I went up to DC, did my album release, and it was cool, you know, but then the numbers went really crazy. Like we almost hit like 1 million streams in like the
Okay.
first 3 months.
That's amazing.
So I was like, wow, let's get ready for another project.
And that's off of one song single. So that's
Yeah,
real
but
good.
that was like off the whole album.
Yeah,
The whole
okay,
album
okay.
together, it's at like 996,000 streams.
That's
right?
good. That's
So
good.
we was like, whoa, lit. So I was like, all right, I was trying to go on tour, but that couldn't happen. So naturally, I had to transition and get started working on the new album because it was so much buzz already on the last album.
Yeah.
And I'm one of those people I played quarterback in high school, so if I throw a bomb touchdown and I see you breathing hard, I'm gonna try to throw another one, you know?
Right. You're gonna try to knock them out.
I'm gonna try to throw another one. So that's when I got right to work on that album, and I knew that I wanted it done by September.
Okay.
You know, so I'm real big on deadlines.
Okay.
Real big.
Okay. You write all your music.
Yes.
So I haven't played it yet, but Runts and Cookies.
Yes, that's one of my favorite songs.
How did that song come about? Let's talk about that one.
I literally was sitting in the studio, me and Fool and Eli, right?
Okay.
And I was like, yo, I don't have really any personal songs like to really express how I feel about something, like love songs. So literally I started writing, and it was like, that's what we came up with, you know? And one of my friends, I said this to one of my friends before I put it out. He's like, you got to be one of the first people I know to write a love song about weed. He said, you have depicted how much you really love it right there and there. I just, yeah, I wanted a weed song and I wanted a love song.
Okay. Because, yeah, them were two, like, the most popular strands out.
Yes.
At least that were most talked about. But I also like Cash App, Need That,
Yeah.
Undefeated, Got It, and then DPYWY.
Yeah.
And then that song to me is like, you found the person that you want to be with, and they're coming in, they're keeping you focused.
Yeah.
They are supporting you in your career, and it's just like, I don't want to be in the streets. I don't even want to be with the crew. Like, I just want to be with you, and we focus on getting this money.
Yeah, and it's crazy because like that's like one of the best interpretations, right? It's so many. the videographer painted the picture. Right, and when he said that to me, I was like, wow, you heard that? He was like, yeah, it's definitely an engagement record, bro.
Yeah,
and I
got that out of there too.
Wow, and like honestly, it was a proclamation. Okay, right, but see, I'm married already.
Yeah.
So for me, it was more so of a lot of things that you're gonna do on your quest to success, right?
Yeah.
And when you watch reality TV, you have a lot of people that will subjectively put that into your mind. So I was telling my wife, like, look, don't let nobody play with you. You gotta know, like, I'm good, we good, we're solid, right?
Because it's so easy to get construed, like,
it's way easy.
Just misled, like this, it may look like something that is not.
Yes, always. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like, it's like from liking pics, you know what I'm saying? From making comments online. There's a lot of lines that you have to cross. There's a lot of lines that you better never cross. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, in a world where information is so important, you know, it's like it's always good to validate your significant other and reaffirm them and confirm with them that their position is good. You know what I'm saying? And like, no matter what, don't let nobody play with you. Don't let nobody put no information. That's why I started the second verse off, I promise I'm gonna keep you off the shade room. You know? It's like, hey, because that's where everybody goes crazy. You know? So that's when all relationships die on the shade room.
Everybody sees the shade room.
Man, I just seen some artists that this whole daggone career been over thanks to the shade room. And the worst part is, there's literally nothing that they can do about it once it hits that good old friend of ours, social media.
Yeah, the shade room puts everything on blast.
Yeah, I'm afraid of the shade room.
I am too, good and bad, because good and bad come off of it, but it's like once you hit it, it's like, you don't know how people gonna react.
What can happen? I'm afraid of World Star Hip Hop too.
Yeah, definitely. That's one of the older ones too. But
I believe that it's amazing that you call World Star Hip Hop one of the older ones, right?
Yeah, because
it's like the old dinosaur now.
Yeah,
especially since
like
they stole it from
one.
Q. Like ever since MTV took over and made it all humped up, you know, it's like whatever now, right? Yeah. But you know what? I had a personal beef with World Star Hip Hop and Q.
Oh, really?
You know, back in the day, Q didn't like. It was all he wanted to promote was violence, fighting videos.
Yeah, I did get a lot of that.
I sent him a message one day, and he actually responded. Yeah. He himself responded, and he said, "Well, if you want us to put you on our platform, put your videos out and get thousands of views without us." Yeah. And I'm like, at that time, I'm like, okay, that sounds kind of, you know what I'm saying? That sounds kind of like, all right, this is business. But in the reality of it is, these fight videos that you were blowing up had no views before you threw them on your platform. Yeah. So it's like, what are you asking here? Like, are you just resharing what's already popular? Or are you making things popular? And if I get popular without you, then I won't need you.
Exactly,
you know?
exactly.
So that was our words back and forth, and that was back in the day, you know. Recipes Q, you know what I'm saying? he's a cool dude, but I just think that he was kind of doing these artists dirty, man.
Yeah.
Especially indie artists. When he was indie too, you know.
Clickbait, yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. I don't like that. I don't like that in this industry, you know. We gotta fight for like everything.
But any promo is good promo. Like good or bad is good.
I know.
They say that, but they don't really. That's not how it feels on the inside.
Look, every time I got locked up, the only thing I was asking is, "Where's the cameras?" You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's crazy because what sites like World Star Hip Hop created artists like Chief Keef and all these murdering goon fools, fighting fools, and things like that. See, like when I first got into the music industry, it was like corny to rap where I was from.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like from DC, you did go-go.
Yeah,
or you did R&B music,
cover
music.
Because there wasn't a lot of artists rap hip hop artists that came out of DC like that.
Yeah, like hardly so we had Wale, you know what I'm saying? We had and back in that time it was like Tabby Benet, you know what I'm saying? He was real like corny dude.
Okay, I don't know if I'm familiar with
Fat Trail was later, like around 2009, 2010. Fat Trail came.
Were they more like local?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's that's the debate that a reason why I left the DMV. Okay. Because it don't matter how big a person seems in the DMV, it still seems like they're just
to the rest of the world. Yeah, they're not.
It's just local.
Okay.
You know? And the DMV made it like that. You know, not to hate on the DMV, but they made it like that. They put themselves in a bubble where a new artist, if you come up as a new artist, well now today it's a lot easier and better. But back in those days, if you tried to be a new artist, you were shunned. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like you rap. What? There's a lot of us rapping in our basement, rapping over cover songs pretty much, rapping over other people's instrumentals because it was like, ain't nobody want to hear our stuff. And all the producers from the DMV are already like placed with major artists, so they're not even looking back down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that was my personal beef with that whole industry, from Q all the way down to all the big producers that make it from their hood. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And don't do anything back. It's like, what is this? Like, all right, okay.
So when you're writing music and you're doing the album, everything, what's your process like? So how do you start
So now recently, of course, when I first started, it was a lot different. It was just hurry, find a beat, and write to it. But now the processes is way more like art, way more like creating, you know what I'm saying? So it's like me and my producers, we really lock in. Like we're making everything and they're making everything match me from the minute that they press the first key. Okay. You know, so it's like if they press the first key, it's like ding. So I'm like, you know.
So it's kind of like they know your artistry and they kind of know what's going to gel with you. What's gonna make it work.
Like I'm like push the first sound and let's see what the vibe is right there. Okay. You know, because I don't really like to waste a lot of time in the studio. You know, because it'd be cost.
It's expensive too. I'm gonna say
yeah. I spent like $500 a session. Yeah. You know, and that's like to make sure that it's like everything. And the crazy part about it is people I know that spending like $1,200, $1,500, $2,500.
Depending on the studio or whatever.
Yeah. I believe it. Working with, and honestly, working with the people that I'm working with. Oh. You know, like it's crazy. Like I see the numbers that go through. You know what I'm saying? So you be like, wow, what?
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. Like I realized, so the reason why numbers is so fluctuate because it's always about what you're willing to give up as far as percentages and royalties on the back end, you know. So
interesting. It's a numbers game.
Always.
So where do you get your inspiration from?
Man.
Or at least for the last project, where was your inspiration coming from?
This last project's inspiration was solely driven from 2009.
Okay.
You know, and that's why the title is A Fool Getting Rich. You know, because in 2009 was when I kind of went against corporate America. Okay. He's like, all right, no more working. You know, I'm a rapper now. Yeah. You know, and everybody was like, you what? Like, nah. Like I was making almost like $70,000 a year, not even knowing it, because I'm just blowing money, doing anything, vacations every weekend, got an apartment, never spending a Friday night in it, because every time you go off work to the hotel somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So you're not even noticing these things, and it's like, all right, life is happening so fast. And then I became a rapper, and it was like, I'm not going back to work. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do that. You know, I started becoming way more rebellious, and then you start hearing that you a fool, you're an idiot, you dumb. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
because people don't be believing in your dreams. They don't. You gotta make them believe. Like, when you knowing that they are looking at you like crazy. Like,
honestly,
giving up all this.
I had to tell one of my friends, if once you walk into kindergarten, right?
Yeah.
People stop believing in your dreams. It's over. Like, if you don't walk into kindergarten that day and say, I want to be an actress when I grow up. I'm going to be a singer when I grow up. They're already like, hey, little boy, go over there and learn how to play with the trucks. You go over there and learn how to do that. You know, learn how to write, learn how to this. You know, be quiet, shut up. Don't talk when you're supposed to. Sleep time, you know what I'm saying? And it's all militant then, right? Only a few parents realize, and those are the kids that be very successful. It's like, all right, so that was my motivation working on this whole album.
Okay.
2009, like everybody that then, everybody now, you know what I'm saying? There was a lot of things, because like I said, like when I first hit 1 million streams, it was like, all right, this is just easy now, right? I'm still here, y'all.
Yep.
I'm trying to work on my accent. I want an accent. Listen, if it's nothing that Atlanta gives me, I want y'all accent.
Really?
I want the accent.
I've been here since '08, and I don't have the accent, so I don't know how you get it. Actually,
see, if you've been here that long, that means you're fighting it.
You think so?
That means that you're at that point where no matter what, you refuse to adapt to the southern swang.
I guess so, because I've always been a person that I always followed the beat of my own drum. Like, I never wanted to perform or be like anybody else. Like, I did what I wanted to do.
No, like, I definitely want to beat to my own drum.
Yeah.
But when it comes to accent, I don't think that that's like a thing that somebody should be able to own. I think that it's like French or Spanish.
Okay.
If I want to know, I should be able to learn the dialect of the language of the people and the natives in the area, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, if I went over to somewhere and I knew their language, that would just be wrong.
Yeah.
I am getting capped down.
You said capped down?
Yeah, I'm getting capped down. I'm learning to use that. I'm also learning my boy. I'm learning that one. I'm liking that one. That's a good one. So I'm learning some of them.
No cap.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So on the album, you got 6 features.
Yes.
How do you go about picking your features? Like, how does that work for you?
So, this album, I was like very technical.
Okay.
Right? I had way more features in that.
Okay.
But it was really about killing the record and making me feel like that was my verse.
Okay.
You know?
Like, maybe challenge you in a little bit too?
Yeah. Yes. Like, and a lot of my features rap after me. A lot of my features do not like rapping before me. And I get it, you know. One of my features, I actually, because I knew what the feel was, I went on ahead and rapped first.
Okay.
But I just was like, all right, whatever. But a lot of them is all about that whoever's I'm around at the time and whoever I'm thinking, all right, I want to bring along for this journey, because every album is a journey. So I was like, all right. One of the features is my son.
Okay.
Yeah, ISO on 8 None.
Okay.
Is my 15-year-old son.
Okay. Check that
Literally,
out.
I did the record, and I was like, oh, he'd be perfect for this. Right?
Yeah.
I called him down to my garage, because we was recording at my house at the time. I called him down to the garage.
Yeah.
I said, hey, put something down on this. It took him 10 minutes.
Okay.
10 minutes. And I'm talking about from writing to recording, and he was out.
Okay.
And I was like, oh.
Nice. I didn't even know it was your son. Check that out.
Yeah. He definitely been doing his thing. He got his profile, ISOZay, that's all caps.
Okay.
ISOZXY, not Zay, S-Z-A-Y, Z-X-Y. Yeah.
Okay. I'll be checking for him too.
Yeah, he dope.
Is he one of your artists?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I refuse to let the industry, waste his time. No way.
Okay, I get that. You better keep it in the family.
Yeah, like, Actually, my son has already made more money than a lot of indie artists out here. Shaboy Boing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, just keep it real. He already is like already in the business, like of learning the business, like
That's what's up.
DJing, songwriting, engineering. He's trying to get into making beats, you know. So he's already learning it, and I'm just like,
You teaching them how to be an entrepreneur as well.
yes,
That's what I feel like as a culture we kind of lack at sometimes, or at least in the past, we didn't kind of push that. But I
Right.
think the new generation is getting it and got it, and we're like trying to keep it on the forefront, just kind of build and just and keep the wealth in the family these days.
It's more so like with me, I try to keep it like a choice, right?
Yeah.
So instead of forcing him to record and saying and making him make music, I just gave him a computer.
Yeah.
You know, whatever he did with that computer, he did with that computer.
He could IT'd it.
He could have IT'd it. He could have broken it apart. He could have made the games on it. He could have watched YouTube all day on it. But what he did was he started uploading his own songs to YouTube.
Okay.
You know, so I'm like, whoa, this is what he wants to do. You know, so naturally I'm like, hey, get your grades straight. If your grades good, we good, right?
Cool.
But then after a while, you can't turn on your YouTube without saying an alert from SIXXCESS, dropped a new record. Game God, SIXXCESS, dropped a new record. Then he starts saying him and his brothers doing it. And I'm like, yo, who's putting this together? Who's producing this? He's like, oh, I made it on my phone. And I'm like, all right, now you still my son.
Right.
So I got to make sure now you got the best production, the best engineering, you know, all this stuff. So now I got to go out. So when he did his first single, I told him, I said, if you finish right, we'll do your first single and get you on point. And
That's good. That's good.
He go around bragging and play Twitch all day long on it. He's lit. He love it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's one place I haven't been yet is Twitch. Like I don't really know a lot about that, but I hear it's good for music artists.
Listen, I ain't going on Twitch. I'm too out of season to be trying to chase every single social media that erupts.
Because that's true. All I'm gonna do is keep coming with another social media, like this whole TikTok phenomenon. Like it's gonna keep happening.
Do you have a TikTok?
I'm about to get one.
I know your TikTok gonna be lit.
Because I'm doing it for the show. Like it's coming.
I can't TikTok.
I'm not dancing.
I did one TikTok and I did my dance. Like I did the SIXXCESS dance, and of course everyone said I ended up looking like a grandpa, an old man, right? I was really trying to imitate Peter Griffin, Shapoopy dance, and you know it was like cool. That joke got like over 1 million views on TikTok.
That's good.
Yeah, it was okay.
I think the dancing ones are easy to get those.
They're easy because I tried to post a video of my here, listen to this song, like maybe 1,000, maybe a couple of, you know. It's like, all right, nobody give a damn about, you know.
But if you would have that song to a dance, you probably would have got some.
Maybe so, but you know what? Like honestly, I just can't dance. You know? I got 2 white feet. Like I got white people feet. You know what I'm saying? Like in one of my songs, I say, I dance like a white kid, so I'm good. I can flip packs now, right?
Okay.
It's like good thing we got something that we good at, cause hey, I could have dunked. Was too short to keep playing quarterback.
Yeah.
Good job, I can rap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cause hey,
you found your niche.
Yeah, cause I dance, sure can't dance.
So what are the other 3 artists that you have?
So I got my man Ziggy.
Okay.
Now Ziggy's from the DMV.
Okay.
Ziggy is like a rock star.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
He's on the song Drip 2.0.
Okay.
Right. Now, the crazy part about Ziggy, he's one of those artists that made me feel small. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like you walk into the room, you walk into a club, and it's like he's the type of artist when you know he's in the building, right? The line is across, the line is always packed, the building is always packed, but it's like, you know, real friends in this industry you don't get, right? Because no matter what, like a lot of artists that get kind of like at his status where we from, they really get to the point where they don't speak to you no more. You know, they don't have to speak to you no more. They're going to get the gigs. They're going to be the headliners. They're going to get the money, right? But it's like, hey, Six, what's up, Six? You know, it's like every time you see me, it's always love. So I was like, bro, I need you on this album. You know, like, because like I said, everything is about affiliations. And it's also, this album was the big flex.
Okay.
Right? This album was the big flex. So of course I had Fu One Eli on it, you know, and Fu One Eli pretty much produced the whole album.
Okay.
You know, Get Richard, he's obviously to be affiliated with Get Richer is powerful in its own right. So naturally, I have to now let people not only know he's my producer, but like he's like, yes, my producer, like everything, he's my guy, right? So that's a flex, you know. And from every collab on there was like with that same mentality, like, all right, this artist made me feel like, all right, yeah, like I looked up to this artist, and this artist showed me respect no matter what. And it's like to be along for this ride because it's about to be crazy, you know.
Okay. So I think you might have mixed the artists and the producers, if I'm not mistaken, because you said so. Okay, so cool. What about your publishing company?
So I have my own publishing company. Actually, my publishing company, SIXXCESS Publishing House.
Okay.
I started in 2017.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Now, that was listening to white people, right? Sitting around RCA Records and sitting around all these things, and you're learning, and business lawyers and things like that. And I'm hearing things, and I'm like, wait a minute, what is this?
Right.
You know? So I started my own publishing company. I started signing artists to my publishing company about actually at the end of 2020.
That's
I started
where the real
signing
ownership
artists.
comes in.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Like, I have about 23 artists that I currently like don't service right now. That's underneath my publishing company right now, right? And that's actually signed to me as artists. I got about 4.
Okay.
You know, so when I think about running the publishing company, I watched this interview, you know, and this guy said he wanted to make music all his life, but didn't have a musical bone in his body, so he became a publisher. You know, and when he said that, it's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he just buys music, and now that's what I do. You know, and like honestly, I never use any other artist's lyrics or any other artist's music.
Yeah.
You know, but when it comes to artists like really getting their music out there, I realize that that's the one thing that they're missing. Figuring out that budget, figuring out how to make that budget.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I gotta fill that need and I gotta fill that void.
Yeah.
And any artist that was willing to like sign up with me at the time, when I first started, I had one artist, right? And he literally was like, I'm just gonna trust you.
Yeah. And I feel like that's how it starts. You get one, and then it grows and it evolves from there.
Yeah. Once he quit his job,
Yeah.
everybody was like, I wanna sign with you. You know, and it was like, So mindful of who I'm signing, you know what I'm saying, and what positions, because I realize it's life changing.
Yeah.
You know, it's life changing
For the both parties.
For both parties, you know, and it's crazy as crazy as it gets. That's how I look at the game now, and that's why I'm a little bit more being on the publisher side. Basically, look at the record labels a little differently. Like, okay, they're not bad guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it now.
Yeah.
Because it's your name. And you put a lot of money behind your name and everybody associated with your brand that people don't see.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like, you ain't gonna go out here and tell every artist, hey, I just spent $100 on making sure, you know, your campaigns are running. I just spent $200 on making sure, you know, you get on this show. I just spent $1,000 on making sure, you know, your marketing account people are paid. You know, you don't go and tell them that. They just wake up in the morning. Oh my God, I'm at 10,000 views today. Thank you, Jesus.
Right.
They just wake up and there's a check in the mail, you know?
Yeah.
And honestly, what you start realizing is they don't owe you a thank you, right? Because you're doing your job.
Right.
It's like, you're doing my job.
Right.
But artists, no. They don't get gracious.
Yeah.
They get demanding.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait a minute now. You know?
Yeah.
Like, all right, whatever. It is what it is. You know, that's the problem. That's the only flaw of wearing both hats. Of like now running my own publishing company and being an artist.
Yeah.
It's the only flaw. Because everyone, you know, the artist definitely like, but you're here and you're there, and I'm like, I'm not here for me.
And they think you're favoring yourself because you're the owner.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird. You know, it's weird because it's like, you go into every situation like, look, this is where we're at. Yeah. Right? And I'm like one of those owners that's like, I'm only going to tell you, I'm not going to force you. If I tell you we're in New York and I got a hotel, it's not your job to tell me, let me find a hotel in New York. It's your job to tell me I'm in New York. I'll be there.
I'm there.
The hotel is already paid for. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of artists don't think like this, and I don't get it, right? But that's why it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, hey, I'll be everywhere. And like I'll leave here and fly to New York, leave here, fly to drive to DMV, drive to Florida, drive over to Mississippi, drive over to Memphis. You know, I do these things. It's like, all right, I got shows, I got movies, I got people to meet. Half the time in this industry, you don't even know what it may be.
Yeah, because you don't know till you get there.
You don't know until you get there. And half the time, you still don't know when you get there. It'd be the aftermath.
Yeah.
That'd be the best part.
Yeah. Cool.
Y'all already know. Y'all already know. Yeah.
Exactly. So we just got through listening to Runts and Cookies by him.
I love that song.
A nice little segue. We are about to talk about weed and some strands. So is Runts and Cookies, are those your favorite strands, or?
Well, they are now because
Okay.
times have changed.
Okay.
There's no more sour diesels, no more super sour skunks, no more real
OG
blue dream.
cookies.
I used to like OG Fire OG, right? The
Yeah.
Wi-Fi OG,
Yeah.
but they don't have those no more where you can trust them, right? So now, yes, if it's not Runt Strand or Cookie Family, I'll take gelato.
Okay, gelato's cool.
I'll take gelato. I like gelato 33.
Okay.
You know, or any type of gelato family, like biscotti and stuff like that. Yeah.
Because I feel like gelato, runts, they all kind of are similar.
Yes.
Like the little fruity flavors, they kind of
Yeah.
like similar.
All in that nice little terpenes. They got the same that, and of course they all got that same little indica feel. But I don't really like indicas. I'm a sativa guy.
Okay. Okay.
You know, but
You
I
like
get
that energy.
yeah.
Okay.
It's like
You don't want to be sleepy.
at all.
Yeah.
So really, that's the counter with smoking so much Runts and Cookies. They actually take a lot of my money because I realized that if I stop smoking, I'll fall asleep. The indica will win. So I end up smoking probably like 2 or 3 J's within an hour just to stay awake. Because once I'm go down, it's like
That's it. And then you don't even realize it. You just out.
you just out. You know, and it's usually somebody kirking on you to miss something, somebody phone call or something like that. So yeah, that's crazy. But it ain't no other alternative. The alternative not smoke. No.
I mean, there's a couple alternatives. Okay, so what about edibles? Are you into edibles?
I'm not into edibles like that, right?
Okay.
Because is it impatient? Can I just use that impatient?
You can, yeah, and it's a different type of high too. So yeah.
Like honestly,
And edibles can make you sleepy too. At least some people they make if you're not they make you sleepy. So yeah, like if you're not
Edibles
doing
scare me.
nothing, I feel like it'll make me sleepy, but when I do fall asleep, it feel like I've been in a coma. Like it's hard to get up.
See, and that's what I'm scared. That's what I'm saying. Edibles scare me. So let me give you two edible experiences that I had.
Okay.
That changed my life.
Okay.
So first time I got some gummy bears. It was these 2 big gummy bears about the size of my hand in a bag. And the guy that gave it to me, he said, "Do not eat both of these gummies, and don't eat the whole one. You know, don't eat one of these whole ones. You know, just break it down."
Yeah.
And of course, me, as soon as I walk out of this house, I say, "Fuck that! I'm eating this gummy." I ate the whole gummy bear. Like I said, the size of my hand, I just go ahead. Now I'm like, this ain't do shit, you know?
Yeah.
I'm literally maybe about 10, 15 minutes down the road, and the whole world turned into a big gummy bear. It was all looking wobbly and wiggly and like a big jelly. And I was like, yo, what the hell is this? Pulled over like a little mini mall, and I was like, I gotta wait until the world is not a gummy bear anymore. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I ended up making it home, but I couldn't wait too long in that parking lot because I was like too paranoid that the gummy I was gonna fall in. So that was like one of that experience, right?
Okay.
So then one time my mentor, he says to me, I want to make some brownies.
Okay.
He says, how much weed do you think I should put in the brownie? And I'm like, I mean, come on, I call them pops, you right? I said, pops, just throw like a quarter in there. You know,
Yeah.
just throw a quarter in there.
Yeah.
He says, okay. And at this time, you know, me personally, I don't know how to ever bake no brownies or nothing. He throws the quarter in there because he tells me. And he's like, you got to come and get these brownies. They're way too strong. And now me with my big chest,
Yeah.
I'm like, ain't nothing too strong for me.
Yeah.
I go pick up these brownies. Now, this is where the story gets interesting.
Okay.
I ate 2 of the brownies, right? I remember it was 2 because I ate the first one. I was like, this is good. But I don't get why he tripping.
Right.
I ate the second one. I woke up the next morning I had a shitload of money in my backpack
Okay.
and no weed. So I asked my best friend, I said, what happened last night? He said, well, we knew you was kind of fucked up, but we knew you were fucked up when you just handed everybody the scale and said, weigh it yourself.
Damn.
I said, wait, I was letting everyone weigh their own shit. He said, yeah, but don't worry. Everyone threw their money in the backpack.
Damn. Okay.
Good old DC.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. So what's your favorite city to shop in?
Really? My favorite city to shop in is Pennsylvania.
Okay.
In the mountains, you know. However, Cali is obviously, now I'm not gonna just tell y'all Cali because that's corny, right?
Yeah, that's gonna be the obvious.
Let me tell y'all where.
Okay.
San Bernardino.
Okay, I'm about to say, where's a good idea?
San Bernardino has the best bud. No matter the strand, no matter the name. I don't know if it ain't no mountain high enough or ain't no valley wide enough. But that one right there, San Bernardino Valley, has the best bud. I've got a bud from, what's that? What was the one with the Navy? San Diego. It was okay. I've got a bud from Arizona. Horrible.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
like horrible.
Okay.
You know, I've got a weed from Oregon too. Now, what I've got from Oregon was top notch, but in a way, it's like you can't keep getting it all the time. It's not like a consistent thing. It's like someone has to really be lucky enough to have it. And then Seattle was like, I was very disappointed in Seattle. It's like all they have is piney stuff. Just piney. So, yeah, San Bernardino. And when I get into Cali, I'm going to visit San Bernardino.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm definitely gonna have to make that on my list.
Yes.
Okay. What about, have you ever done shrooms or microdosing?
No way.
You gonna stay away from that?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Even,
Now, look, honestly,
even if you used to get a shaman?
nah, like what's crazy is this, right?
Yeah.
I want to try these things, but then I don't want to try these things, right?
But
it's just the rapper thing, and then I watch a lot of cartoons, Rick and Morty, and stuff like that. And the way that they talk about these experiences is like something that one must go and take this path. My manager, he's one, and my producer, he's one to really get my mind going. They're like, you got to try this, but you got to try like this. They'll say stuff like, you ever had a DMT? You can really see this, but it only lasts about 10 minutes. You're like, what? You know?
Yeah.
I'm afraid I'll wake up from out of my experience of mass murderers.
You just gotta have somebody watching you. I think you just gotta have somebody watching
look,
you.
I'm telling you.
And you can't be doing like you do the edibles. You can't just be popping them and bam. No, you gotta literally probably watch yourself.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure whoever's watching me would just be able to document it. Because like, I don't know, I think there's somewhere in the back of my head is a little serial killer. You know, so there's just waiting to come out. I won't even keep a gun now, right? I won't even keep a gun anymore because I'm always ready. Like, what the? You know, so I get cut off in the road. I get somebody walking too close to me. Now I've been shot before, right?
Oh wow.
That changed my whole life. It made me real PTSD. So ever since then, like 2 teenagers tried to rob me for a cell phone, right? And then shot me because I was whooping on their ass, right? And it just happened so fast. Now I'm like,
damn.
You know what I'm saying? So, bro, after that, I'm like, nah, I don't want to try any drugs. I'm afraid that I'll be on the highway looking for these people going crazy. Well, they won't be able to be found, but you know how that goes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. We're gonna have to talk about that. We got way more to talk about, but that's all we have time for today, unfortunately. This has been a great interview. Like, I've enjoyed your company. I've learned so much about you. There's still more to learn about you. Like, we actually had the same birthday. Like, we have so much more to talk about.
Which is lit that we have the same birthday.
It is lit. So, you are here. You know the personality of the station, so I'm going to see you around. We definitely going to do another interview. I definitely, when you got new artists, bring them in. Like, you know, we definitely going to do some more
definitely.
But,
we locked in.
But go ahead and just tell people where they can find you, whatever you want them to know.
Everybody definitely, like, all platforms, that's SIXXCESS. Please don't forget the 2 X's and the 2 S's at the end. Also, you can go to SIXXCESS.com. I actually do have some merch on that website. I do sell merch. Now, there's a website that I am brand ambassador for, Persevering Dreams. And it's all melanin. So everyone that's out there that's supporting melanin, and hopefully that's everybody that's listening to this station right now. But yeah, go ahead, perseveredreams.com. Everything melanin on the social media. Also, my man sent me this gift from his company, I Hustle. So I definitely need y'all to go out and get some of this gear. I'm gonna post a link on my Facebook where to get this gear from, and on my Instagram, and which is I Am Success. So any platform Success, and of course y'all can hear me every morning 10 to 2 on iHeartRadio at Hip Hop 95. That's right. That's
what's up. And then Vice Tribe, you can find us, Vice_Tribe_ATL on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Vice Tribe on YouTube. And then ViceTribeATL@gmail.com for business and bookings. TikTok is coming. Patreon is coming. Follow, like, subscribe, share, retweet. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Vice Tribe, where we teach, reach, inspire, bridge, and empower the community. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Come back next week. Saturdays, 5 to 7, WTTR Radio, Atlanta's #1 alternative live streaming radio show. Your host, FAJP. Until next time.
Peace.